What's going on, YouTube? This is BoxingWave. Before I get started on the fight from last night, I just want to say rest in peace to Marvin Hagler. All right. I haven't had time to really look into the cause of death. I don't know if any new news emerged since his death yesterday, but I will address it in a separate video. I don't want to talk about it now. Okay, so in a separate video, I do want to talk more on Marvin Hagler. Rest in peace, one of the greatest middleweights of all time, and just an overall all-time great. All right, my condolences to his family, his friends, his loved ones, and sleep in peace, man. So let's talk a little bit about the fight last night. I wasn't able to cover it live. I really wish I was able to cover it live last night. It was a great fight. It definitely was everything that we wanted to see in a rematch between these two. I'm going to give you guys my scorecards. I woke up this morning. I watched the fight. I didn't watch it last night. Got in a little too late. And I was just too tired to cover the fight and even watch it. But I watched the fight this morning not knowing the outcome. I didn't check any websites. I didn't check social media. I just woke up and got out of bed and watched the fight. The only thing that I did know was that there wasn't a knockout because of the length of the video on the zone. All right. So this is how I scored it. Round one, I gave it to Estrada. All right. Chocolatito wasn't really throwing anything. Estrada was very heavy-handed. He was, bringing the fight to Chocolatito. And it was a clear round one. Round two, I gave it to Roman Gonzalez. All right, first half of the round, it looked similar to the first round. Then Roman Gonzalez started letting his hands go, and it seemed like everything he threw landed. The overhand right connected almost every time he threw it in this fight, throughout the entire fight. That was the punch that kept landing, and he was consistent with that punch throughout the entire fight. Round three, gave it to Roman Gonzalez, but I did make a note here that Estrada finished it strong, but Roman Gonzalez took charge throughout the entire round. All right. Round four, another round that I gave to Roman Gonzalez. Again, another strong finish for Estrada. All right. I think that round is more debatable, but I still thought it was a Roman Gonzalez round just because the majority of the round he was in control and he was consistently landing shots. Round five, another Roman Gonzalez round. Pretty much see where I'm going with this fight. All right. Just another solid round for him. Estrada gave him round six. All right, round six. He started working the body. The two of them started phone boothing a bit. This is when Roman Gonzalez was taking too many shots, and he was exchanging and fighting Estrada's fight. So things started to change here in this round. Round seven, I gave to Estrada. One of his most dominant rounds in a fight, probably his best round in the fight. At this point, Roman Gonzalez is still fighting, but the defense isn't there. There's a phone booth fight. Estrada is the bigger puncher between the two, and he's attacking the body. All right. Good big shout out to Sergio Mora because I liked his commentary for this fight. I thought he was on point all the way through the fight. He was saying everything that I was thinking while I was watching the fight. But this is when Estrada started to look good because he was attacking the body. And if you guys saw my prediction yesterday afternoon, you see that I thought Estrada needed to attack the body to win this fight. Slow the older man down. All right, Chocolatito started to slow down a bit in these two rounds, round 6 and 7. All right. And he's changing the game plan. He wasn't on the outside. He wasn't mid-range. He was outside. He was inside and he was too close. He was letting a bigger puncher, who I believe is the bigger puncher, because Estrada was. Let's be honest. Estrada was all power in this fight. He wanted to get a knockout, and he was really going for it. You can hear the loud thuds of all of those shots that Chocolatito was blocking throughout the entire fight. Estrada was throwing heavy power into his shots, trying to get a knockout. All right. So at this point, Estrada, the momentum started to go into his favor until round 8, which is where I feel like Chocolatito started going back on his game plan, fighting a little bit more on the outside, using his defense, keeping his gloves up, stop exchanging. And then at this point, the momentum went back into his favor, and Estrada kind of abandoned those body shots. All right. Fight wasn't a phone booth fight anymore. All right. So round 8, round 9, round 10, I all gave to Chocolatito. Round 11, very, very hard round to score. I think round 11 was the hardest round to score between the two, because at this point they're both just punching each other, and they both were gassed at this point. All right, both were gassed. I gave the round to Estrada. Estrada landed the heavier shots. Chocolatito definitely landed more, but very debatable. I thought I was going to give it a tie at first because it was just a lot of punching, but I gave that one to Estrada. And then round 12, which was a war, clear round for Chocolatito. Clear, strong finish for him. Estrada he was gassed. And Chocolatito, it's safe to say, look, Chocolatito wasn't focused on power here. He was focused on being consistent, keeping the volume up. Those middle rounds where he slowed down a little bit, it showed. It showed. Even after the 8th and 9th round, it showed. But he was being consistent. He's a well conditioned fighter. And to me, when I heard the scorecards, man, I just don't understand. To me, it's a clear robbery. I mean, I have it 8-4. There's one guy in Estrada. I don't want to take it as these guys drew over 2,000 punches in total. Estrada is a very good fighter. I don't want to take anything away from him, but he did not win this fight, and it was a robbery to me. I mean, people say robbery every single weekend. That was a robbery for me. 117, 111. Whoever judge that is, it should be suspended, man. 117, 111, where? How? Like when I see cards like that, he basically gave Estrada every single round he landed a shot. I mean, I just, I don't know, man. This sport is very, very draining, man. It's very draining with all of the nonsense. I mean, look, here we're getting a real good fight. This is a unification fight. All right. 2 of the top 2 fighters in that division. Guys won multiple titles in multiple divisions. This is a good fight. It was an excellent fight, by the way. The action was nonstop. There was never a dry spot in this fight. This guy is putting his work throughout his career. Got knocked out. Came back strong. Picked up a title. And picked up another title. To me, at least in my eyes. He won this fight. He won that fight last night. And it was clear to me. I know it was a great fight. I know it was a war. I know it was competitive. But we're talking scoring shots. it was really, really clear to me that Chocolatito won the fight. And it's not because I picked him to win. Most people didn't pick Roman Gonzalez to win. From the comments that I've seen on social media, for the couple of, well, I didn't even listen to any prediction videos from people. I mean, but from other YouTubers, most people had Estrada winning the fight. It wasn't too many people out there that said Roman Gonzalez was going to win this fight. It was a clear win to me, and I'm really bugged out about that robbery. You don't rob a guy like that. No one should get robbed, but you don't rob a guy that did so much to come back in his career after getting knocked out. Everyone wrote him off. And I feel like going into this fight, most people still write him off because of that knockout. He's getting a big payday, and he's not one of these fighters that's getting into trouble outside of the ring, missing weight, getting out of shape, blowing up in between fights. You don't rob a guy like that. And this loss on his record makes it look like he was a done, finished fighter. Where in reality, if you watch this fight in many years to come, you look at BoxRec and you're going to see this loss on his record. I don't know what he's going to do. I was just so disturbed by those scorecards. I turned it off right after. You guys saw me post a couple tweets. I just can't believe they robbed this dude. I can't believe it. It was a good fight. Estrada landed big shots. He fought well, but he lost the fight. He did not win that fight. And for a judge to score 117-111, it's ridiculous, man. This things like that makes me hate this sport. As much as I love it, I hate it at the same time. I hate it. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it at that, man. I really feel bothered by this because I feel like those smaller divisions, they don't get the amount of exposure as they should. And I give Chocolatito a lot of credit because he brought a lot of casual boxing fans. He's made a lot of casual fans notice those smaller divisions, because of what he was doing and what he is still doing. I don't know if I could be motivated to fight again after losing like that. I don't know if he's going to retire. I didn't listen to his post-fight interview, but I just wouldn't be driven enough to fight again after you do all that work. And I don't know. At this point, I'm just ranting, but I just wouldn't expect. I expected with these fights that involve big money, a lot of popularity, because I know these slimy promoters and sanctioning bodies want to invest in these fighters and they're looking for the long term. But I just wouldn't expect them to do that at 115 like that, not like that. I think this is the real fans are following these divisions. We all follow the bigger divisions too, but hardcore fans follow these divisions, and for them to rob Chocolatito like that is ridiculous. I mean, some of you may totally disagree, dislike the video. If you feel like Estrada definitely won clearly, listen, if you guys agree with the judges, cool, that's on you, but I saw a clear win. I saw a great fight, but I saw a clear win. All right? I'm out, man. Peace.